Welcome to ESL Class for You and an exciting lesson on exchanging your ideas in English. So, how can you collaboratively listen and speak in class? We can all learn how to contribute and share information in our classes by following turn taking rules, asking relevant questions, affirming others, and then adding information to the conversation that is on topic. In addition, we are going to learn how to paraphrase key ideas today. First, let's start with turn taking rules and taking turns. Active participation is key when learning English. Taking turns means giving another person or people a chance to speak. This is important because allowing others to participate in the discussion gives you a chance to hear important information, learn new ideas, and consider different opinions and perspectives. Taking turn rules. First, raise your hand to signal to the teacher that you would like to say something during a class discussion. Ask a question or give information that is related to the topic. And finally, allow one person in the group to speak first during a group or partner discussion. Let's practice. The teacher is having a discussion with the class about the different fruits and vegetables grown throughout the United States. Which turn-taking rule could be used in this situation? That's right. The teacher is giving information about the topic and introducing the topic. How about in this situation? Students are working in small groups and discussing ways they can contribute to helping the environment. One student says, "I am going to make sure that I turn off the lights when I leave a room to save electricity." Which turn-taking rule could be used in this situation? Good. Allow one person in the group to speak first. And finally, students are placed in a small group and asked how they might solve the problem of global warming. Which turn-taking rule could be used in this situation? Awesome. Give information about the topic, or you could allow one person to speak first. Next, we're going to dive into asking relevant questions. In order to ask relevant question or questions related to the topic, it is important to listen closely to what the class, group, or your partner is saying. Here are some examples of relevant questions. Who was the main character in the story? What causes a hurricane? Why did the settlers choose Jamestown as their home? When do you multiply the base times the height? Where are most of the rainforests found? How do you convert a fraction into a percentage? Now I want you to think of some other examples of your classes and then relevant questions that you could ask. Let's practice together now. If your teacher is talking about how hurricanes can cause a lot of damage every year, what is a relevant question you could ask your teacher? You could ask, what parts of the world have the most hurricane damage? Here's another one. Every January, thousands of people line the streets to watch the holiday parade. What relevant question could you add to the conversation? Here's an example. You could say, who participates in January's parade? Most people would agree that using coupons in the store can save you a lot of money. Do you have a relevant question you could add? Here's one. How much money can someone save per year using coupons? All right, up next, we're going to discuss affirming others. The act of affirming others is to acknowledge or agree with what someone said. Also, remember to be complimentary, specific, and relevant when you affirm others. Here are some examples. I like what you said about global warming because it made me think about what I can do to help stop it. I enjoyed hearing your comment about electric vehicles because I think that they are a great way to reduce carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. I agree with your opinion that the author's use of sensory details was interesting because it made me think of the words that he used to describe the setting of the story. Now let's practice affirming others. If a student says, traveling by train is a great way to see the countryside, and you can always get up and stretch your legs, how could you affirm this statement? I would say, I agree with you because that is a great idea for both sightseeing and relaxing. If another student says, maintaining a proper diet and getting plenty of exercise are two ways to keep yourself healthy, how could you affirm this statement? One option would be saying, I enjoyed hearing your comment, and I think most people would agree. If another student said, many senior citizens adopt pets, like cats and dogs, because it provides companionship and helps them feel less lonely, how could you affirm this statement? Someone could say, I like that you said that, and it's nice that animals help comfort people who feel lonely. Next, let's discuss adding relevant information. Adding relevant information is adding to a conversation with a statement that is connected to or relevant to the topic. This is an important skill because it shows the speaker that you are listening closely to what is being said, and it can help you stay focused on a topic. Here are some sentence starters that you can use to add to a conversation. Adding to what you said, I would also like to point out, furthermore, in addition. Let's add info to this sentence. Swimming is a great form of exercise because you use your entire body. You can say, adding to what you said, the average person can burn 223 calories in 30 minutes of moderate swimming. So again, we added relevant information that supports our topic sentence that swimming is a great form of exercise. Let's try that again. It is always important to wear a seatbelt when you are either a driver or a passenger in a car. I would also like to point out it can prevent car-related deaths by over 50%. So again, we highlighted the importance of wearing a seatbelt. We stayed relevant and we added in extra information to our statement. And finally, here's our last sentence. Social media is one way to get information, but it isn't always accurate or true. We could add, furthermore, many young children and adults tend to believe everything they hear. This is supporting our sentence that not everything on social media is true. Next, I'd love to discuss with you some paraphrasing key ideas. So, what's paraphrasing? Paraphrasing is using your own words to restate or explain the main points of what you have heard. Paraphrasing is important because it is a way you show the speaker that you are listening. Paraphrasing also helps make sure that you understand the main points or ideas. You can use these short phrases to paraphrase. What I heard you say, in other words, another way of explaining what you said, to summarize, and if I heard you correctly. Let's practice now. I read that drinking 11 to 15 cups of water a day or 8 glasses of water a day can help with exercise performance and overall health. The amount of water that one should drink depends on your environment, how much you sweat, and whether you are sick. To paraphrase this, you could simply say, what I heard you say was that everyone requires different amounts of water. Now let's look at this paragraph and paraphrase it. Last year, my uncle sailed from the coast of California all the way to Hawaii. The trip took almost 14 days, but he started preparing long before the trip even started. Even though he had his captain's license, he still needed to learn more about the task required for such a long voyage, such as choosing the time of year and the best route. In other words, it takes a lot of learning and preparation in order to be a captain of a voyage. And this is our final short paragraph. The article I read about the octopus had very interesting information. It stated that in addition to having 8 arms, they also have 3 hearts and the ability to shoot a cloud of ink. The octopus can also remember places they have visited and where to find their favorite foods. To summarize, the octopus is a very intelligent animal because they can remember things and they enjoy specific foods. Remember to use these words when you want to paraphrase. Today we learned how to take turn-taking rules, how to affirm others, how to ask relevant information, how to add relevant info to a conversation, and how to paragraph key ideas. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Come back soon for more learning. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, ESL Class for You. See you next time.